Welcome to the channel. Today we are gonna talk about how you can make shading, and this is going to be a art tutorial, so you can check it out, the text version that you can find in the description of this video. And we're gonna dissect all the layers. You can paint everything at the same time, but for the sake of this tutorial I'm gonna do first the skin, then the hair, and we go to the eyes. So okay, let's go to our file. As you can see, we got some layers here and they got colors. The first one is the border. The last one is this gray background, and you also got the white background around. Here you got the palette. We're gonna talk about how you can choose your color scheme as we go. These yellow layers, they are the inks, and this one is the mask. I did a quick mask around the character, so let us create a new layer and clip. The clip system works exactly like the lock transparency option. So I'm holding the Alt as a shortcut to the eyedropper. I'm gonna take this color and I'll go for the airbrush, the soft airbrush. As you can see here, hardness on low, these are the settings. When you have it larger, it scatters. When you have it small, it gets a little more precise. So I'm gonna be constantly changing the size of the brush and constantly using the eyedropper with the Alt to get the nearest color to make it blend. But sometimes you can use the larger brush to make the blend just by changing the pressure on your hand. Let's take it the color again. Let us delete this information. So let's start. I'm gonna put some shadows here beneath the eye. I'm gonna put a little here, not so much as here because this side is gonna be in shadow. And I'm gonna increase. And as you can see, we actually are getting already some shading here. I'm gonna put a little, I'm gonna decrease the brush, put a little here under the sheen, and I'm gonna pull back just a little more. I like to see the whole drawing while painting. I'm gonna put a little shadow here because it is a shadow from the hair, maybe a shadow here. Just a little under the nose, and maybe here as well. By the way, I like to choose colors. For example, if I choose this as my main color, I would go towards this place to get a shadow and this place to get a highlight. I always trying to get the nearest color and trying to stay around this area. The complementary colors, you can see there are some complementary here, like this blue. It's not exactly a complementary to this, but it's close. I like to use to get contrast. And the eyes as well, it's not that far. It's green, but it's not that far to here. It's more closer to the main source of the color that we choose. So let us continue. For example, if this area is just too much, you can hold Alt, click here and replace. You can use a larger brush. If it's a more precise replace, you can use a small brush. Both ways they work. You can also make selections with the lasso. Something close to this. And then you can fill, or you can go to your airbrush and make a soft transition. You can also do with the gradient as well, but I'm gonna leave this to the hair. We're gonna do the skin with only the airbrush, alternating the size and trying to preserve the shape that we are looking for. So let us continue. I think we can add a little more here. I try to keep, at least for the skin, some places with sharp edges as well. So I'm gonna take this color and go here. Maybe do something like this. I'm gonna actually do with the soft brush to keep it. And you see that we are blending with colors around. So for example, hit here and do like this, then we take this color and do like this, and we take this one and do like this. It's almost an infinite process. You gotta make sure to put a stop at some point. I'm gonna change the color. I hit the X key to get my background color, and I hit the X again to return to this one. I think now we can go towards this color that is the darker. It's gonna be just few spots. And you always can change the color if you don't like it using the hue saturation, Control U, or the color balance that you can find in the edit, tonal correction, color balance here. And I will try to keep it on the real time so you can see exactly what we are doing. Now I'm gonna get this color that is some highlight. Maybe before we can just make a bridge here, maybe. I think yes, I think it's gonna look nice to do it. You can also flip your canvas. I set my shortcut to Ctrl H. You can see here the option to flip. Let's add this color here. And as you can see, we are just using the soft brush, increasing and decreasing our tool. And it is helping a lot to do it. And notice that even using this darker color, by having your brush bigger, it won't look as dark as it is. It will help to make the blend. Let's paint this internal part, this and this. Now we can go to the lighter color and add the finishing touches to the piece, and also the darkest color to add some more here. Hue shift a little. Now the other touches to this area. I'm not gonna focus on the cloth. Actually, we can do this on another tutorial. I'm gonna focus today on the skin, hair, and eyes. So this is the part 1. Let me show you about the color balance. You go to Edit, Tonal Correction, Color Balance, and you open this panel. You can change halftones, highlights, and shadow. At the first time you can play, you can start going towards here, more red, more cyan, more magenta, more green, and you can change the overall look of your drawing. I like how it is, but I think we can add a little more red, so let's do it. There we go. So this is the skin. Next part's gonna be the hair.